Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wrestling Tracks.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wrestle Track, the special night. I'll be filling in for my little brother, Lee Houston, who's taking a much well-deserved break tonight, spending time with his family. Big shout-out to Lee Houston Jr. Tonight, we're going to be discussing more about Money in the Bank and talking about ladder matches in general, just wrestling in general on tonight. Money in the Bank, to me, is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. It tends to make new superstars, bring new people up to the top of their game, make stuff just, exciting. And when that Money in the Bank is carried around, you waiting to see when they're going to cash it in. Some of the greatest cash-ins that I can remember is Dolph Ziggler cashing in on Alberto Del Rio the night after WrestleMania. Alberto Del Rio had a bad ankle. And he jumped in there, twisted his ankle, and then hit the zigzag for the win, and the crowd exploded. Man, that was just like a special moment on that night. And another exciting Money in the Bank cash-in was when Seth Rollins 2 years ago came in, last WrestleMania came in and cashed, the first time ever cashed in at a WrestleMania, turned the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match from a one-on-one into a triple threat match. All bets are off, everything, no DQ. And he came in and pinned Roman Reigns for the belt and held it for until SummerSlam when he got hurt. And one of the greatest cash-in, one of the first ever, was when Edge, Vince McMahon brought Edge out to cash in his Money in the Bank contract on John Cena after surviving the Hell in a Cell match. And I think it was at New Year's Revolution. And Vince McMahon stuck it to John Cena. And Edge finally made it to the top of the peak, which he was made for. Then deserving of it. Man, I'm just something special about that Money in the Bank contract. The only year that it wasn't won was the year Damien Sandow and John Cena had it, and they both lost their matches. Damien Sandow lost it. I forgot who he wrestled. He had the SmackDown one with the special made case. He lost it to John Cena, who had the world title. And John Cena, who said he was going to cash it in and told CM Punk that he was going to cash it in a week before, and Big Show came in and disrupted it. Man, Money in the Bank is one of those special types of things that can make a match, that can make a superstar take them to the next level. Now, on a sad note, on last week, me and my brother was discussing, talking about Muhammad Ali in the Hall of Fame. And right after we got off of Wrestle Track, the news broke that the great Muhammad Ali had passed. And we just want to send a special shout out from Wrestle Track to Muhammad Ali. He was a special man to not only boxing, but to the whole world. And we just like to, thank him for being the man that he was throughout his whole life. He was not only a good man in the ring, but he was a good man outside of the ring. He stood for something, and he stood strong for it. And I believe we all need to be just like that. Need to be that type of person. You stand for something, you stand for it. So with that being said, we're going to come up to our first break. Let's see. We're going to take our first break. We'll be right back. Wrestling Track brought to you by Finding Dory. All right, we're back. I do apologize if we had any technical difficulties at the moment. We're going to get back talking about Money in the Bank pay-per-view card that is coming together. We have one of the feature matches, AJ Styles versus John Cena. And John Cena came out and told AJ Styles that he didn't need to do what he did with the Bullet Club to get a match with him. And when John Cena came back and then AJ Styles came out, that night was electric. I wish I was there in the arena itself. You can feel it through the TV. That's one of the few special moments that you get in wrestling. People have been waiting for AJ Styles to come back. I've seen AJ Styles when he was in independent wrestling in Mexico on a wrestling pay-per-view, battling Eddie Guerrero, Psychosis, Juice and Thunder Liger for the Intercontinental Cruiserweight belt. And he won it with a style clash off the top rope. When I saw that move, I'm like, this is going to be a special wrestler. And back in the day, I love wrestling so much, I ordered any wrestling pay-per-view that came on, whether it was WCW, ECW, WWF, now WWE, even independent unknown shows, I would order them all. If it came on and I had the money to get it, which I tried to say before, I got it. And I mean, when I saw AJ Styles back then, I didn't know that he was in WWE before he really got into TNA. And TNA knew that they had somebody special. And when they finally allowed him to win the NWA World title, I knew that they was onto something special. And I'm glad they allowed somebody like him to step up to the plate and be the face of the company. And now that he's in the WWE, after he done won the TNA World title, after he went over to New Japan and won the IWGP World title, which only a handful of American wrestlers have won. So to say that you're an American wrestler and win the IWGP title is a great accomplishment in itself. Not many WWE champions can say they had that accomplishment. accomplishment. Only Hulk Hogan and Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle from WWE can say that they won that title. And when AJ Styles was in the ring with John Cena, everybody knew that was a match made in wrestling heaven. It was a special moment in wrestling history. And then when AJ Styles turned on John Cena, to me that was, a great storyline in itself right there. It shows that AJ Styles, has that mean streak that he needs to be in the upper levels of the WWE. And I'm going to say here tonight that by next WrestleMania, I would love to see AJ Styles at least win the belt at least once. I don't know if they're going to, do like TNA or go back old school and make you go through, you win a smaller belt, then you move your way up, which is, what I used to love seeing. You come through, you win tag team belts, come in, you win the Intercontinental belt. You work your way up. You show that you can be the champion by defending the Intercontinental belt, proving that you can carry and be a championship caliber wrestler, have championship caliber wrestling matches. Because back in the day, the Intercontinental title was defended at least one or two matches before the world title, or the WWE title. And that's, proved to everybody that they were the man that can carry the company and can be the WWE champion, which I don't see them doing too much anymore. They really don't put the emphasis on the smaller titles like they used to. You want to, have all these crazy storylines and different things and not have a minor title, have main emphasis like it used to be back in the day. And I believe it's going to change when they do the branch split next month. And I'm hopeful that we can get more title matches on TV. I don't see enough title matches on TV myself personally. We need more tag team title matches on TV. We need more Intercontinental and U.S. title matches on TV to build the prestige of those titles up to AJ Styles versus John Cena. This is going to be a really, really good match. We're going to see if John Cena is ready to get back in the ring and compete at a high level. And we're going to see if AJ Styles can stay in the upper echelon of wrestling the big matches in WWE. WWE going to see where are they getting their money's worth out of signing AJ Styles. And if they hadn't noticed it yet, they have and are getting their money's worth. He is what bringing people to order WWE Network in order to watch these pay-per-view matches. He's the one who's getting people who still go and buy pay-per-views on cable to order it just so they can see AJ Styles wrestling. He is that kind of wrestler. He's that kind of game changer. He is that good. And I don't know what took them so long to even try and get a talent like that. And I hope Vince McMahon don't mess it up with bad storylines like he normally do. But another match that we have, they just announced a fatal four-way tag team title match between the champions, the New Day, between the Vaudevillains, Enzo and Cass, and the Club, Gallows and Anderson, which is going to be a great match in itself. That's going to be just an awesome match right there. And I'm looking to see Gallows and Anderson come out with the tag champions. They won tag team belts everywhere. And I think they may just come out with it. Either them or the New Day retains the belt. But I'm feeling like they may go ahead and, if they don't get the belts now by SummerSlam, they're going to have the belts. It'd be nice to see the Club with the tag team belts and the Intercontinental belts at the same time, walking around with their chest out, waiting to pounce on another opportunity at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Another match at WWE Money in the Bank will be Seth Rollins getting his shot at the title that he never lost against Roman Reigns. This is going to be, as the other matches were, this is going to be a great, great match. And I love the way that they're building it up. It already has a big fight feel, which is what you want for your main event for the world title. I'm just wondering, if somebody like Kevin Owens wins the Money in the Bank, will he be so big and brash if he sees that they had a rough match and they barely standing after? Will he come in and cash it in and we see a new champion after Money in the Bank? That would be awesome. To me, Kevin Owens is ready to carry the world title. He's ready to be in the main event picture. I'm just wondering, are they going to pull the trigger? It looks like all signs are facing towards Kevin Owens winning. The question is, will Kevin Owens win or will Dean Ambrose? Dean Ambrose is another player that's ready to move up into the main event scene. Or will Chris Jericho finally win the match that he came up with? Now, he came up with the idea for the Money in the Bank, and it blew up. And I thank him for coming up with a great match like that. So, will he ever win the match that he designed before he retired? I believe he came up with that so that he'll have an easy way to win himself another World Heavyweight Champion. But it hadn't happened for good old Chris Jericho. And let's look at the men that we have in the Money in the Bank match. We have former Money in the Bank match winner Alberto Del Rio, a former WWE World Heavyweight Champion in his own right. We have Kevin Owens, a former Intercontinental Champion who's ready to move up. We have Dean Ambrose, a former Intercontinental Champion, almost won the World Rumble. He's ready to move up and step up. We have Cesaro, who's been nothing but great since coming back from his injury. And we have Sami Zayn, who's just one of the most awesome wrestlers that they ever signed, and the crowd is really, really after them. And we have Chris Jericho, the best in the world. This match is going to be just insane, awesome. It's going to be Dean Ambrose style crazy match. A match that's kind of built for a guy like Dean Ambrose. And I'm looking to see, who's going to come out. These matches is totally unpredictable. You're going to get some of the greatest spots in them. You're going to get some great pictures from them. You're going to get some great memories from these matches. Things happen in these matches that don't normally happen anywhere else. And it's going to be awesome to see how they do this. I'm ready. I can't wait till next Sunday, which is going to be Father's Day. This is going to be my Father's Day gift from my family to give me a chance to sit down and enjoy a wonderful wrestling event. And as Father's Day approaches, we want to just tell everybody, do something special for that special father in your life. You have a special father that's there for you, they're helping you out. I hope you have something planned for him. There are a lot of wrestlers who's second and third generation, who their gift is wrestling a good match, and they dedicated to their father. I can't believe how Charlotte did her father, but she's a Flair, and that's what Flairs do. Flairs have their own way of doing things. And outside of wrestling, she said she's always going to be daddy's girl. inside the ring, she doesn't need dear old dad anymore. And that's fine and okay. Ric Flair was already always unstable when he was close to, around, or in the ring. But, that's, that's how the cookie roll, Ric Flair was one of them wrestlers back in the day that he brought out true emotions out of those that watched him wrestle. He made people who didn't even know him, people really, really hated him. They saw him on the street. I've heard stories of him telling people coming and punching him for things that he did to Sting, to Lex Luger, to Hulk Hogan. He had people really mad at him, and that would, that would make great wrestling matches. You draw the people in, and they're drawn in so that they don't see the real person. They just see that character. When anybody see Dwayne Johnson, they just automatically see The Rock. They don't think about, the movie star. They think about the wrestler with the eyebrows and can you smell what The Rock cooking and his theme song coming in and his walk and raising the fist. If you see Sting in real life, you think about, you can see him without the face paint, but you go back to see him without the face paint, and you can hear, go, woo, man, with the bat, with the scorpions on, And to me, wrestling, the right wrestling match is a story. You're telling a story. You're pulling people in so that, they forget about everything else that's happening around them. When you have a good wrestling match, a good pay-per-view with good matches, for those 2 or 3 hours, whatever going on in life, you forget about that. And those good matches pull you in and cause you to forget about everything else that's going on. Same thing when you're watching a movie. You drawn into the story, and when you see the ending, whether it's predictable or something that catches you off guard, you walk away from, remembering what happened. You go and you try and tell people the story. And that would happen a good wrestling match. You tell people the story. You try to tell them what happened in the matches, the good moves that happened, how, it looked like, he was gonna get taken out, but he came out of nowhere with his moves, and bam, and he finally won the belt. Or man, he almost had it. You go like, man, he should have won that match. Oh, they didn't give him one more shot, man. He gotta win it. That's what good wrestling matches do. A good pay-per-view do. When you watch the rise of Jeff Hardy, and you saw how he, worked his way up, and he got to the title match and, just lost. When he had a chance to win, and Edge pushed him out the ring and stole the win from him. And then when you finally seen him win it, for me, I was running around jumping. I was on cloud nine for a whole week. It was so unsurreal. And when I seen him on Monday Night Raw with the belt, I was like, yes, he really did win it. He win it. And it's just something, just special. You have a good match, good storytelling, bring you in. I mean, no other words I can, put that to explain it. And, this brings me to a story that I read. I believe it's AFW. They had a AFW wrestling match where this heel character, was in the ring, had the guy trapped in the ropes. They was beating up on him, and a fan jumped in, cut the ropes to free him, then pulled a gun on him. And thank God that this wrestler had the state of mind to wrestle the gun away from this old woman and have her in place until the police came and got there. To all the wrestling fans out there that are listening, never, ever run into a wrestling ring. That's, their workplace. That's how they make their living. You can walk in there, you can get hurt. I've seen where somebody went up to wrestle just for autograph and got punched in the face. and you will get arrested for trespassing. So it's just better for the fans to stay where the fans stay. When the wrestlers come out there, cheer for them. Just step back and let them wrestle. Enjoy the match. Enjoy the show. But never interject yourself trying to get that TV fame or trying to get in there. Them wrestlers have lives too. And they need to make it home to their families also. So I just want to just implore to all my wrestling fans out there, please do not run and try and jump in the ring, or you don't have time where you have meet and greet time where you can shake their hands and different things. But when they're in that ring, that's their territory, and we want not only their safety, but we want your safety also. Back to talking about wrestling, TNA getting ready for their big pay-per-view Slammiversary, and Bobby Lashley has been doing pretty good. Bobby Lashley and the TNA champion, Galloway, Drew Galloway, and lost my train of thought for a second now. So they've done some good things since leaving WWE. I just wish, TNA to have a better television deal and handle some of their business in a better fashion to really push that show up to where it needs to be. I'm a big TNA fan from when they first came out, but ever since, Dixie Carter brought the company, things have went down, and the direction of everything is, not going the way that I feel like it should go as a wrestling fan. And, I'm hoping and praying that, they get some good things going and get back on the right track, to take care of the wrestlers, to keep the good core wrestlers. And, a lot of the WWE wrestlers that have left, I'm praying that they get a good shot there to reinvent themselves or to take what they've learned in WWE and learn it and, move forward and, get better and get bigger. WWE let go some good talents that they did not use right. Damien Sandow was one of the biggest villains that ever come through, and they did not use him right. They didn't book the tag team with him and Cody Rhodes right, the Rhodes Challenge. When he won the Money in the Bank and had his own special Money in the Bank briefcase, they didn't even, really do that right. To have a year with him and John Cena both at the title shots, to me, a bad move, but WWE know what they're doing. But as a fan, I'm voicing my opinion that was one of the moves that I felt like they truly, really missed out on a great heel wrestler. I mean, his elbow of disdain. You have a move called the elbow of disdain. You talk to people because you're the savior of the masses. And you came to save them from the Generation X and save them from all this crazy shenanigans on SmackDown. Man, then when he was Damien Mizdow, the stunt double for the Miz. I mean, even, after that, he was getting so much pop when he went to the ring. They missed out. The fans were cheering for him. He was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and he eliminated somebody. The crowd was behind him. I feel like he would have been perfect to win that first Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Not saying nothing, no bad about Cesaro, but they didn't really use that push for Cesaro after winning that like they should have, except for to make him a Paul Heyman guy. That was an all right move. I mean, you have Paul Heyman people, but they don't see eye to eye with have a match with a tag team match with Brock Lesnar. I didn't see any point in having that. But that's just one man's opinion. We also have Wade Barrett, King Barrett, who was released by WWE. Another, good wrestler that was sidetracked injury, and I feel like they probably was scared of really putting a big push behind him because he was injured so much. But he was a great wrestler. They did not capitalize on his popularity when they should have when he first came in, and won the first season of NXT and had a title shot at the pay-per-view. He was great as the leader of the Nexus. That season of NXT had some great wrestlers that come out of it. Wade Barrett, Daniel Bryan, Ryback, Darren Young, the current former NWA champion, Ethan Carter III. They had some, great wrestlers that come through there, had some chances to do some special things with them. And again, storylines and, different things they did, really, really big letdown. Daniel Bryan turned out to become one of the biggest, superstars ever, but, his career was cut short due to concussion. I wish Daniel Bryan nothing but the best. I wish we could have got at least a year worth of good matches out of him. I wish I would have known what happened after he won the Intercontinental belt that caused them to set him down again when they went on their European tour. But, things happen. Wrestlers have careers outside of have a life outside of wrestling. We wish Daniel Bryan, real name Bryan Danielson, nothing but the best. He was a great Ring of Honor champion, great independent wrestler. Sami Zayn, much like him. I hope Sami Zayn learned some lessons from watching Daniel Bryan's career. Speaking of Ring of Honor, man, the current Ring of Honor champion, Jay Lethal. And I remember watching him in TNA, the Black Machinist mode, X Division champion, upset Kurt Angle, which at the time was one of the greatest upsets in the history of professional wrestling. I always knew that Jay Lethal could be a real good wrestler, a real good big-time player. I'm real glad to see that Ring of Honor don't just look at the big wrestlers that being champions, but they give everybody the opportunity to be champions there and to show what they can do. And he did it the right way. He came up as TV champ, won that belt, and he had held both the TV and the world title at the same time. He held both titles at the same time for a while. Then he lost the TV title, but he's still the Ring of Honor champion. And he's still a good face of the company. I think he's gonna be the Ring of Honor champion. One of the greatest there. I lost my train of thought there. Sorry, fans. Just excited about what's getting ready to happen in wrestling. SummerSlam coming up soon. NXT just had NXT Takeover where they had some big matches. We got a new NXT Tag Team Champions Revival. The first ever two-time champion in NXT. But the American Alpha is a great tag team, and we're gonna see where they're gonna go with it. Samoa Joe and Finn Nadella had a great cage match, the first cage match in NXT, and Asuka and Nia Jax had a great women's title match. But I'm ready to see Nia Jax get the belt. I believe that's going to be a great rivalry between Asuka and Nia Jax, and we're going to see where they take that. I believe Nia Jax may win that belt at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2, which is going to be another sellout at the Barclays Center. And every time they have them big NXT TakeOver, man, those are just pay-per-view quality matches. Those NXT superstars are showing that they're learning and ready to step it up. You know, to me, NXT is a whole wrestling stable on its own. But they can get just add like a TV title or something to that brand. I believe that would take them to a whole another level. And NXT TakeOver the End was great. And tonight was great. And this is going to be the end for Wrestling Track on tonight. I hope that you all enjoyed tonight. I hope that I did you justice, Mr. Lee Houston, on tonight. This is my first night hosting, but it definitely will not be my last night. So I say to y'all have a good night.
Are you ready to lose those love handles? Do you work hard to stay in shape and eat healthy, yet you can't get rid of stubborn fat? Now there's a clinically proven way to help you look slimmer without surgery or downtime. It's called Sculpture. Sculpture's innovative procedure destroys fat in just 25 minutes with visible results as quickly as 6 weeks. Sculpture sounds amazing, right? Check it out for yourself by clicking on the banner or go to goodbyefat.com. Are you ready to lose those love handles? Do you work hard to stay in shape and eat healthy, yet you can't get rid of stubborn fat? Now there's a clinically proven way to help you look slimmer without surgery or downtime. It's called Sculpture. Sculpture's innovative procedure destroys fat in just 25 minutes with visible results as quickly as 6 weeks. Sculpture sounds amazing, right? Check it out for yourself by clicking on the banner or go to goodbyefat.com.